How should I refer to all of you today?
I'll take anything. I'm good with AttaBoy or Bunk Stunkis.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
Terry is good for me.
What was that one more time?
Terry?
Terry, gotcha.
I'm good with David or Rare Dialect, either way.
Very good. There you are. It's been a little bit since we
I'll
since
say,
we last got together.
unfortunately, our fourth collaborator, Dan, who did all the music and sound effects, as well as helping with design, cannot make the interview, so we are going to sing his praises in his absence.
Good old drockery.
Good old drockery, indeed.
Okay, we'll say Bunk Stunkis, Terry, and I'm gonna go with Rare Dialect so that's easier to find you. And welcome to the server, Terry, by the way.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's always great when people bring in their team members.
We were wrong.
Oh.
Hello, I was make it for a little bit.
Hello.
The drockery himself.
Hello.
Yippee. Awesome. All right, full team.
Full team.
And actually, wait. Is drockery fine? do you rockery?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is gonna be a bit weird for 4 people. Is it okay to tag you all on the BIGMODE server and the Boneyard?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
for me at least.
For sure.
Play Rick Slick. Let it yeah. And pin to the top. I'm gonna go ahead and say now interviewing you simply Terry. Terry, are you in the BIGMODE server?
I don't know if I am. I probably am not, actually.
There is
Would
a
you like
person
to
named Terry here, but that's not you, so I'm gonna make sure I don't just tag a random person.
Sure.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
All us Terrys work together, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure they collaborated on this game as well. I just didn't know it.
Of course. And
I'm joining.
Drockery.
I just invited Terry to the server, so.
Okay.
I'm in.
Yippee. Now there's a lowercase Terry and an uppercase Terry. Let's hit yeah. This is perhaps one of the hardest titles for me to type at this jam.
Would it help if it was let him hit ya?
That could be the case. That could be the case. Okay. There's that, and then we go to streams and dev interviews. Oh, I didn't save. Damn it. It's okay. Easy fix.
Rated Cubes has haunted the stream.
Yeah, if only it worked right now.
I'm feeling very haunted right now.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Ooh, yeah. Wait, yes. Rare Dialect and Terry. Wait, no. Drockery. Okay. The timeline has been corrected. The ads on the announcement are in streaming mode. Yeah, that's what I was correcting just now because I that did not transfer somehow. Okay, so now I must go and change the title of my actual stream but I can copy and paste for that, so that's good. And I'm streaming, so title of stream, pin to the top, thumbnail, title. I've tagged you on both servers. Streaming to you. I think that might do it, except for the start screen. Okay. So now, actually, especially since there's a lot of people in here, I'm going to make it so that it's clear who's speaking. That's something that I failed to consider for a while, and I think it would be a good idea too. There they are.
Nice. That's smart.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because it's like I have a vague awareness of everybody's voices, but if it's vague for me, it's very unclear for everyone else, I would think.
Super fair.
Yeah. And then I go like
Wow.
this, and now everyone's visible. Hooray! Except I need to
Yay.
do this.
Elite stream ball knowledge.
Yeah. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves and what your role was for the project?
I'll start. I am Bunk Stunkis. I did all the art and much of the programming for the project.
I am Dan Rock, aka drockery, aka drock20, and I did the music and the sound for this project.
I am David, Rare Dialect. I did the juice. I added the visual effects and pretty much the visual effects.
Important.
I'm Terry, and I did some additional programming on this project, specifically on some of the beat timing and rhythm mechanics, and also a little bit of UI work as well.
Yeah. Awesome. So for those unaware, at least AttaBoy and Drockery here, or Bunk Stunkis and Drockery, we have all been here since the 23 BIGMODE Jam. Rare Dialect has been here since the 25 BIGMODE Jam. Bunkis's project that was what I met him during was Blocks for Babies, still working on that one. But also made with great power for the 25 Jam with Drockery. And Rare Dialect had Fugue Shot, and I suppose this is your offering for this time. Terry, I believe you are new to the jam.
I am to this jam specifically. This is my first entry, so I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, happy to have you here. So, yeah, how did your team come together for this one?
I love the BIGMODE Jam. I think it's one of the best communities in a jam I've ever had. So I knew I would be participating, but I also knew that I probably wouldn't have a lot of time this year. And coincidentally, I had met Terry and David more in person this past year, especially at like Game Maker local meetups and functions. So it initially started with me asking Terry if he wanted to collaborate on the jam, and so that was the birth of it. And then eventually, also like kind of looped David Rare Dialect into it, and it just worked. We all had limited time, so that we were able to do what we could.
Yeah, Game Maker is such a little underdog of the game industry. So whenever you find someone else that develops in Game Maker, it's like a magical moment. And so we just like instantly hit it off and wanted to make a project together.
Yeah.
It's funny. I met Terry at GDC a few years ago, probably GDC 24, where I saw his app Squamble, which is a really fun little word game, and then we met separately much later, and like only then did it click that we were like Game Maker. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, as far as the Game Maker people go, there's a few of them here. Yeah, like Cyberwitch. Is this game not 3D? It looks like there's some 3D elements. Well, it could be PNGs. It could be PNGs.
it's just not.
Yeah, I think they're pre-renders on this one.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Did some fun stuff with perspective.
Yeah. So how did this jam catch you? So for me, it's like I'm always doing something. I'm still working on my 23 Big Mo Jam offering to bring it to a full release. But whenever the Big Mo Jam rolls around, it's like oh, I gotta stop everything I'm doing. Um, so what were you in the middle of, everyone, when you were called to action?
Well, as always, we're still in the midst of Blocks for Babies.
Yeah, we're deep in the mines. We're like in a big push for behind the scenes, like content that's not going to make it to the demo, so full release stuff, bosses that you won't get. And I was very close to not participating. Kind of as soon as I committed it to this, I had a big like, what am I doing? I don't have time for this. But I also knew that I would think about it if I didn't. So I'm really
sorry, you cut out there.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I knew that I would think about it obsessively if I didn't participate. And so I'm really happy that I did participate so that I can think about it and have a game I'm really happy and proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like went into this jam knowing that I wouldn't have the most time because like for the first few days I was on a little trip with some friends, and then immediately after that I actually started a new job, and so I like was sort of like onboarding and learning the ins and outs of my new job, and then like in the evening I was able to do a little bit of time on this game. So I would say like a lot of this project came together in the last couple of days of the jam, like really from from 0 to 100 like at the last few days. But I'm really glad we like stuck to it and got something out because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I came on board I was on board the whole week, but I had mentioned I wouldn't be able to really work until the Friday before it was due, so I was kind of adding stuff in Friday and then a little bit Saturday as well, leading up to the deadline, and then Noah, AttaBoy, got it all ready for submission by the end of the day.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely glad that you got out the door. So let me think here. Right, so yeah, you said that you didn't have much time to dedicate to it, so how much time were you able to dedicate to it between all of you?
For me, it as it always does with these things, even if I say I'm going to do a lot, I end up at the end doing it. I would say I did it after work. For the first couple days, I probably didn't really give it an earnest sit down. The jam started on like a Friday or a Saturday. I don't think I did it until like the following week. And then like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evenings, I was doing little bits of work to get it together. But then Friday, much of the work day I put to it, and then Saturday was a sprint. Like sat down at the computer, 11 a.m. my time, 11:30, and just worked till the deadline and then the extended deadline.
Yeah, I had planned to work on it throughout the week, but then some stuff came up, so basically Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I just sat at the computer cranking out music in a fugue state. And I think it came out well.
Yeah,
I think we like planned out the design like on the first day, right when the theme dropped. We were like chatting and like came up with some initial plans, but then we all kind of like did our own things for a few days, and then probably like Wednesday or Thursday I started to actually like put in a couple hours here and there, and then like Friday and Saturday is probably when worked the most on it. I'm glad that we actually stuck to it. I think it turned out pretty well for the amount of time we put into it. And Bunkies, thank you for finishing it out.
My pleasure. That reminds me of the actual timeline, which is that on the first day we did brainstorm and we were all like, we like this idea enough, but like we want to sit with it. And then all weekend, on like Sunday of the weekend, I think I put together the most basic little prototype of just like the core gameplay, with no beats, no rhythm, nothing, no music for sure. And then was like, hey, we're not committed to this yet, but just in case, I just wanted to like get it on paper. And then Monday or Tuesday, it was like, hey, I actually didn't work any more on this at all, so I guess we should just get started if we want to.
Hmm.
And then it worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds almost like your time investment between you was a little patchy, like patchwork almost.
It was. I mean, this is my first time working with a team of programmers for a big mode or any jam, really, or any project. I'm used to it just being Dan and I. And so it was a fun experience, like thinking of tasks and delegating it. From the beginning, we had a pretty comprehensive list of what tasks needed to be done and the subtasks underneath those. And I would say that didn't really change, which is definitely a huge success of the project. So, like, if Terry was able to say, "Oh, I only have like an hour or two free this evening," we could like be, okay, great, let's get the beat after the frame. And that I think was a big success.
Yeah, we did kind of stick to that initial delegation of tasks, which was cool. I think like at least from my perspective, I can say this, that a lot of the motivation to work on this came from like seeing the little progress updates that you guys would post. I was like, okay, this is like going to be like a really like simple, like we'll make this in like a few hours kind of a game, like a tiny game. And then like we saw the juice come in, we saw these effects come in, and I'm like, oh snap, this is actually like kind of looking cool. And then we see the art coming in, and then we hear the music going in, and then I'm like, okay, no, I need to put in some more hours here. This is great. Like we were kind of like egging each other on to keep going on it, because it was like turning out better than and like having more effort put in than I initially thought we were going to do. So I was happy to like really lock in for the last couple days.
Yeah, I can second that. I was planning on kind of layering over some effects, but then when I saw like the art and then all the work on the music and the code that Terry and Noah had done, I was like, okay, I'm gonna spend a few more hours on this, get it like nice and juicy when the beats get hit. So yeah, definitely like a collaborative effort that felt like it was already like well established by the time I got it in my hands, and then just kind of like kept going up from there.
Awesome.
Yeah, the game at some point in the middle of the week when we had that like very first basic prototype down, there was a point where I realized like this is actually already fun. It isn't like fun, quote unquote, but it's gonna be fun because it just needs juice and sound effects. And that was a pretty exciting moment where I could, but it was like right on the precipice.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a lot of fun just making things feel good. So let me think here. Right, so at least most of us here are returning members. So I think so far we haven't had a solidly like universally accepted like good theme so far. What did you all think about the slick theme? How did you explore that?
I mean, it's no mode.
It's certainly no mode.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's
very bad.
I think it's good. I like it a lot better than Power. I think Slick is something you can really build towards in terms of a feeling of a game. And that's kind of where we came into it. Where like what makes you feel slick is like executing combos, you know, some groovy music and some like nasty ass effects, you know.
Yeah, I will say I think their official acknowledgement that just making a good game could be slick. I thought that was like really bad to say in the official. I just think that's like bad jam management to allow that. But I think that the community like proved me wrong, or like averted my worst fears, because almost every game I've played that it seems to be doing like the gameplay is slick, like is actually touching on that intangible quality of slickness. That's not just like, oh, it's a good game. It's like, oh, it's good because it feels good. It's hitting moments in like a certain internal rhythm. Whatever it is, it seems like people are actually tuning into that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was always sort of an inside joke, at least in this specific community space, my community space, that I would give people their certified slick like certifications in the 25 jam.
Yeah,
I very much memified it during the 23 jam, because Dunkey was never saying that word until that jam specifically. That was like the first time I'd heard it.
Yeah, I'm a little annoyed because I definitely co-opted the slick language to describe things after that, and I feel like now it's hard to do it because it feels like everything is like literally going for slick, so I feel unoriginal giving that as a compliment.
Right.
Uh, but there are worse problems to have.
Yeah, I have to wonder how much he's going to actually say it during this stream.
Yeah, is he gonna really hold it back?
It's like, is he gonna cheapen it, or is it gonna be like he's really gonna only, or well, maybe not cheapen. Maybe he's also gonna memify it. Just like every single game here is slick. These are all slick games. So I don't know if it'll be worth it to just to break out the certifications, because maybe he'll just be doing that on his own.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I will say the games have been really good this year.
hell yeah.
Gameplay designs have been really cool.
Yeah, I definitely got to flex my muscles during this one, although it did come at a great cost to my physical integrity.
Oh no, I did just play Moonlight Fire this morning, and it is incredible.
Thank you.
A true spectacle.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I like my body went into starvation mode for the last few days. Because I ate very little. I had like 1,200 calories and 10 hours of sleep for the last 3 days.
Oh no. Well, I hope you are recovering well.
Really, it's just that my sleep schedule is fucked. So it's like I have to nap a lot, but it's because, probably because I'm dealing with so many people in different time zones. Actually, I literally woke up and did one interview one day. I'm kind of blanking on which one it was, but yeah, it's been great. I think I've almost interviewed 10% of this jam's participants.
Yeah, that's astonishing. The effort you've put in has been colossal and very well appreciated too.
Yeah, it's one of my character traits.
Real quick, I just want to say also, I think Dan has to hop off soon. So if there's any questions, I know you haven't experienced the music quite yet, but if you want to get any questions in now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, so yeah, what was your music process like? What were you thinking?
So in that first call, we kind of had a brainstorm of like, okay, what's the feeling that we're going to go for here? And we went through a couple of iterations, and something that I took a lot of influence from was kind of... Sorry?
1812 Overture.
Yes, there in there I think that's an ending of a Tchaikovsky
yeah, it's
symphony.
1812 Overture.
Yeah. And so that one I didn't compose that one myself. That one's obviously 1812. But yeah, I went for some like 90s funk rap kind of vibes, especially in the first world, and that really informed everything else. Each of the 5 worlds is a little bit different, as you'll see. Yeah, as we're getting into gameplay here, you can see it's funky. It's a little bit of scratch DJ kind of stuff. But yeah, World 2, I went for a little bit of a Windjammers vibe. If you're familiar with Windjammers, it's one of my favorite games.
I'm not.
It's a great. I don't know if it was for the Neo Geo, but it was like an arcade game where it's Pong, but it's Frisbee. Anyways, World 3 is a little bit WarioWare inspired. World 4, I wanted to make an ambient track where you're the one who kind of makes the music with your own hits and misses. And then World 5 is a AttaBoy Bunk Stunkis original thought of a Beastie Boys rap that we all took part in.
Oh.
So yeah, it was really fun. It's been a while since I've cranked out this much like disparate music for one project so fast. Like, I'm kind of a slow composer a lot of the time, but this all came together like really fast. Like this World 1 track, I think, came together in like 3 hours, and then the rest of them probably the same amount of time. Yeah, and I'm just really proud of how it came out and how everyone came together for it. But yeah, I think
we had this one a little early, and then the last day was, just from my perspective, it's like Dan is just sending me song after song in like 5 hours, 3 or 4 separate tracks that were like polished up to final quality.
Yeah, I mean, like when we were receiving these songs, like when we were hearing them for the first time, I was like, oh no, we gotta make this game good. Like this game needs to, like, we can't just leave this music hanging here. Like this game's gotta be good because, yeah, the tracks were so fun. They were so good.
Right.
Yeah, and there's voice lines on this track and the last two that you'll be able to hear either my voice or everyone else's voice. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun to put together all these ideas. Yeah, so I gotta go. I've got some things to tend to, but thanks for having me on, and I hope the rest of it goes great.
Oh yeah, we will definitely be enjoying your soundtrack.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, thanks for popping in.
as much as you could.
Yeah, no problem. Awesome. I will talk to everyone later.
Peace.
Peace.
Bojack, would you like to know how to play the game?
I sort of just like hopped in because I knew that drockery would be
for sure,
bouncing immediately. So once I finish out this round, I'm gonna go back to the other questions. But I guess on that topic, so what the hell was I saying? Well, whatever it is I'm doing, I seem to have done the complete opposite.
I'm realizing now it's maybe even flaw in the system that you
Parentheses.
could miss every note.
Parentheses, let him hit ya. I think that's in the title, actually.
Yeah, that was actually a last minute David edition where he was like, hey, what if we put this in there?
Yeah. Yeah, oops, I'll dodge going for the 0% run. This is like in Spider-Verse when he gets every question wrong.
Wait, what?
The first Spider-Verse movie, he's like trying to flunk out so that he doesn't have to transfer schools, so he gets every single question wrong, and the teacher is like, you got every single question wrong, which means you knew which ones were wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So, right, you sort of had to, hello Magna. You had to work with what you got. You were all very busy people. So what were the last few days of the jam like for all of you?
So
for me, it's like where I did my the entirety of my work on the jam. So I came in, and not all of the art, but some of the art, a lot of the main art, and then a good majority of the code was already established by the time I came in. And Noah and Terry met with me and kind of gave me like a rundown on the project. And like simultaneously as we were meeting, we were getting some music updates live from Dan, which was awesome. And yeah, so I got to see the game kind of like from a state where it was already like working and in good shape. And then yeah, Friday was kind of balancing working on Fugue Shot, the other game I'm working on, and working on this as well. Like, spent a majority of the evening working on adding polish to it. And then, yeah, like I said, a little bit of time on Saturday, but the bulk of my hours on it were on Friday, and just adding like a lot of the visual effects that happen when you like make or miss a shot. So yeah, that was me.
Awesome.
Yeah, and in the last couple days, like I think I probably had 2 versions of the code where we were trying to get the beat timing right, because we wanted the like, it's a rhythm game. We wanted these beats to land on the beat of the song. The timing was a little bit tricky because we wanted it to be the hit of the ball or the bowling pin or whatever it is being thrown at you actually hits on the beat, which meant we had to time it so that the object like spawns earlier. And there was also some like randomness in when it was spawned with like the speed of it. So I think like that little rectangle you see at the bottom where it has like the little red circles, that was supposed to be just like a developer thing for me, like just to be able to keep track of in my head like when these objects were supposed to be spawning and landing. But we kind of just like liked it and kept it in.
Yeah, I just really
remember
liked
that was
that.
like
It
the
was
second
really
pass.
cool.
Yeah, because it was like the first time I tried to do this, it was like the timing was so off, but it was like really difficult for my brain to comprehend why. Like I was like, I can't figure out when this is supposed to be landing and we're supposed to be starting and when the object is supposed to be spawning, because my brain only knows what like it wants it to look like, but I can't figure out how to write the code. So I just made this little like visual to help with it, but we were like, actually, it's kind of neat visual, so we kept it in. And then I also did in the last day, I think I did the like little recap screen after you finish a level, and it goes error, 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 and it's showing you all of these little score recaps. So yeah, we were using some of the fun game maker features like timing and animation curves and stuff. Yeah,
one
we did
fun
some
thing
co-working over
here.
Discord.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was really helpful. One fun thing here is that we all kind of have different areas of Game Maker that we normally touch in our games. So like I did not know about time sources at all, and that is one of Terry's big tools that he likes to use. So David and I both learned about that in the course of this. David is a real master with this library called PPFX, which is a post-processing library for Game Maker, and uses it to incredible effect in FubeShot.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And so yeah, so one day we had a game that was like just it worked, but I could tell it was going to be fun, but it wasn't quite there yet. And then handed it to David, and by the next night, just like all of the zooms and rotates and speed lines and red and like border effects and vignettes, all of that was in, and it was like breathing life into it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's like a big like philosophy I've kind of adopted just in the last year since I started working on FubeShot is like how important that kind of stuff is to even like a proof of concept type. Like
Yeah.
your like unified art style and juice and visual effects that kind of like carry the artistic direction. I feel like add they are part of the proof of concept as opposed to like kind of being layered on top is something I've kind of taken the mindset of since we started working on FubeShot.
Yeah, because I mean, this game without any of that stuff just isn't fun. But it is fun because it's there. Having the sound effect and the record scratches when it hits or misses or when you nail a good one is the fun for me at least.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in like motion and like all that kind of like kinetic effects really adds a lot. Like, you ever just like are like sitting in a lecture and there's a PowerPoint going and it's like the most boring slideshow ever, but then there's someone that has the PowerPoint that has all the silly, stupid effects where like words are zooming in and pictures are flying around, and it's like, yeah, that's the one I'd rather see, right? Uh, I want to see some motion and some bounce and some energy.
I want to see really noisy word artifacts.
I want to
Exactly.
see the whole slide turn into a balloon and float off the top.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Uh,
To speak a little more also on Terry talking about the beat algorithm. That was super fun. So Terry put the framework in, and then I ended up doing like some of the actual patterns that get inserted into it. And this game really is, to me, the platonic ideal of a quick rhythm game. Because when I think about making a rhythm game, like you have to make your own charts. You like really have to make your own software to even the levels, as far as I understand it, at least. And so the game is entirely procedural and just like picks from a selection of patterns, but it's always on the beat. Whether it's on an eighth note or it's a quarter note, or I think we almost had triplets, but it was too confusing. And so it just ends up being really good because no matter what it lets in, it's a satisfying moment. It's replayable. It's not like you have to memorize anything. You just have to react. The colors give you a sense of what the actual pattern's going to be, but and some songs too that have space and moments of silence or downtime, it always ends up leading to an interesting moment regardless of what the pattern is. So that I think was really fun for me to do.
And the
Yeah, not to
function
pull
names
back
for those
the.
beat patterns.
Oh, sorry to talk over you. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say, and the function names for those beat patterns themselves were pretty good.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, not to pull back the curtain too much here, but like the code for this looked like functions that were named like ba-da-dum, ba-ba-bum, ba-da-dum.
Yeah, I mean, even in the little like GIF here, the yellow pattern is, I would call it a bum bum bada bum. You can see the yellow ones, and that's what the name of the function is bum bum bada bum.
wow.
And so I just ended up using that
Looking
naming
back
convention
to,
for
like-
everything else. And I think later there's a 16th note function, and that's biddy, so it's like bum biddy bum bum.
Incredible.
Thinking back to like sight singing classes that I took in college and like my
Yeah.
music major, where we would literally be doing. There's like a correct way to do that kind of thing, and it's pretty close actually, which is awesome.
Nice. Yeah, my own music teachers would do similar things, so I guess I can't be too mad at it. Right, so some environmental storytelling here. Looks like you submitted with 5 minutes. 4 minutes 33 seconds. That's after the grace period. So how did that go, Mr. Bunkus?
So like I said, the last day I was pretty heads down in it. I think David and Terry they both had some time in the morning, and then like come afternoon they had things they had to attend to. So and at that point it was mostly art that was left. So I spent the last 4 or so hours just doing art, and it was mostly, you'll see how the game works, but like character models for world 3 through 5. And the game was, fortunately, like as I was designing how the rooms flow into each other, I left it so that I could pretty much click and drag all of these things in at the last second. I didn't have to like be designing new levels at the 0 hour. So I submitted it with about 2 minutes to spare for the original deadline, or maybe with like 5. But it definitely was not right. There was something that was wrong about it. I forget exactly what. I think like some of the art was missing. I think the recap screen wasn't quite correct. Like it wouldn't assign the correct rating, something like that. And so the last hour was polishing up the art, making the recap screen work well. Oh, I remember what it was. Also, like making it so that if you pressed the button anywhere, this actually was a bone jack change. If you press the button not on a beat, it will penalize you, which it previously hadn't done. Because I was like, as soon as they get this game, they're going to start clicking as fast as they possibly can and getting a triple S rating.
Wow.
So
I can't believe this. So little confidence in me, Bunkus.
Your influence. I'm sure they'll find other ways to break it, but
Sure. Maybe. Who knows? Mysterious things happen on the Bone Jacqueline stream.
But that was the story there, and we ended up, it got submitted with a little bit of time. But that last hour was like a victory lap hour where it's like, okay, the game is actually pretty good. It just needs a few things that I kind of forgot about.
Right. From what I
Thank
saw,
you
this
so much for completing it.
My pleasure, truly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like this was an alley-oop sort of thing going on.
Yeah, I mean, I was set up for success here.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I seem to have struck the fear of making you eat your own foot into.
I think this game can break a lot less easily than certainly last year's.
Okay.
But I also thought that one was a little tougher. So.
I mean, I do tell the story a lot because I just find it so funny. So hopefully I'll find a way to not clown on you as much.
No, I liked it a lot. And you can, if you want to tell the story now, for those who don't know.
Right. So with great power was Bunk Stunkis' previous offering at the 25 game jam, and I could probably just demonstrate immediately. So I was just like, we all have sort of like oversights that we do sometimes, and you never know. Like, there's just things that seem so simple, and then like you just don't consider it, and then it just gets through. And then you said something along the lines of like, yeah, I don't think this game has something like that, and then, well, wait, I've never seen that screen. This is like a Spider-Man game where you do web slinging, so immediately what I did is I just held the mouse button. I held the mouse button and the game immediately starts breaking. That's all I did. It gets really funny with it because like this isn't gonna be as stringent as the way I was doing it before. Oh yeah, I'm really happy in the air. But yeah, if you get like a large amount. Oh yeah. If you hold it while you're in the middle of a hit stun like this, then you also just go sailing off forever.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I didn't even like do not hold the mouse button. No, holding the mouse button is fine. But I sort of just like, I felt in my gut. I thought to myself, like, this game is really fun to like swing in. I wonder if he actually covered this edge case. Because I never thought to hold the mouse button until that point. But yeah, the game just immediately shatters into a million pieces
That's
just
It's
by doing the
beautiful.
basic input.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it just keeps going. I
For a
actually,
brief second there, it was beautiful, beautiful.
yeah, I think what I did is I just like, I might have had this like, it does the thing where if you like right click off the screen, yeah, it just keeps going. So I had like a copy of that running for the entirety of our interview. And then it eventually just like, you know, it imploded on itself. So pretty good.
Nuts.
And so Bunkus here is describing the fear that crossed his mind.
Yeah, the PTSD that lives in my mind now when I make a game I know will be played.
Yeah. No, it's cool though. It's cool. That was definitely it was one of the few games that I went back to because I just had so much fun doing the stupid thing that I found.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, great stuff, great stuff. So do you think that you put everything in the game that you planned to? Did you have to cut anything, or was it smooth sailing on that end?
In terms of levels, yeah, the only thing is that it wasn't supposed to be only bowling balls and bowling pins. Originally, there was supposed to be a unique obstacle per world or per level. That was just sort of like there wasn't enough time at the end. I considered doing it with the last hour, but I decided I would rather just chill. And instead, I put in a line in the intro that says that people specifically hurl bowling balls at him because they hate him.
Oh,
So
very nice.
Yeah, I feel like we got more in than I expected us to. Like I didn't think we were gonna get to like having the multiple levels with the progression and the story and stuff. And like we also were like with the beat algorithm, we were not sure if we were gonna be able to do that or if we were just going to have it be random, just bowling balls being thrown at random times. But again, when the music comes in, it's like, okay, now we gotta show up, right? Like we can't just have this killer soundtrack and not do that.
there was talk at the beginning of like a slickness rating, where as you progress or as you're doing better or worse with your rating, maybe more effects come in. But I think we just sort of de-scoped that from this.
Yeah.
We're like, let's get the base version out first.
Yeah. Okay, so that seems to be what you had time for. That's totally fair. And yeah, I'm not sure if we actually talked about this, but the slick rating, you said it was a good theme, but how did you actually explore it? Like, what was your thought process there for what you ended up with?
Yeah, we just like pitched stuff. And so
Yeah.
I pitched Rick Slick, and the idea of like the cool. I mean, he's got like a very new design.
I'm sorry,
Honestly.
you're cutting out of it. What were you saying?
Oh, sorry. He's got like a very Newgroundsy design. And so I wanted this like really classic like 12-year-old versions of a cool slick guy there. And so yeah, and then like having it be rhythm just seemed fun, and like nothing can stick to him because he's also like, in addition to being cool, he's like slippery and slick, and like, no, you can't, nothing sticks to me, I'm so slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Bunkus that came up with the idea of like having a character that's so slick that things just slick off of them, really. Anything that's thrown at them. But then was it David? Was it you that like had the idea that like, well, I don't want to spoil it. There's a little twist in the story that happens through, and like is the basis for why he's getting so slick. But yeah, I think we like came up with that little idea and story on the first day. And then we also knew we wanted to incorporate slickness through just like juice, right? Through some punchy effects.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that cut effect that Noah was talking about initially regarding like the juice that gets like more intense as you're performing better, so maybe like more visual effects get added in. but then we landed on, which was a good point. Well, then to get there, you'd kind of have to make the beginning look bad to make the end look good, and then it's kind of like, what's the cost of that, I guess, which is super fair. Also, time would have been hard to make that one work.
Suppose so. But yeah, so you sort of have this like Friday Night Funkin' adjacent thing going on, and you why do people hate him? he's just too slick, like,
Because he's too smooth. He's just too cool.
yeah,
Smoothest guy.
it's all jealousy. They're all just jealous.
It
of
literally
his-
is all jealousy.
Damn. So they throw bowling balls at him.
And it just doesn't work because he's so smooth it just slides right off him.
Yeah,
In their pathetic attempts, they just make him slicker.
in fact, he gets in front of them, and right. So, what was your idea for letting the things actually hit you? Since this is sort of like the opposite of what people normally do.
It was just like, that's slicker than having a dodge. It's just like, okay, yeah, I guess like a cool guy dodges everything you hit him, but a really cool guy leans in and it still doesn't do anything.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess we wanted to make like a parry move. Was the idea? Maybe that like through getting pummeled with these objects, you are becoming even slicker. Getting hit ultimately just makes you more slick, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess
How
he's also getting
demoralizing.
hit by slick things like bowling balls and bowling pins and stuff. Like, yeah.
Yeah, true. I mean, how demoralizing to throw a bowling ball at a guy, have it hit him square in the face, and yet somehow he's on the other side of it and it hasn't done a single thing to him.
And he looks even cooler.
And he looks even
Yeah,
cooler.
I didn't mention we also like spent a day like playtesting this in real life, just like throwing bowling balls at each other and
We originally had a 15.
yeah.
Well, that's one way to have an evolutionary pressure, I suppose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Only the people that can survive the gauntlet can be on this team.
Submit their game to the Big Mode Game Jam 2026.
Also, now that I think about it, bowling lanes are supposed to be slick, aren't they? They're like oiled lanes,
Oh, just wait. It's addressed in the story.
right? Well, I guess what I'm saying is just like I'm kind of surprised that this is the only bowling adjacent thing that I've seen so far, and the bowling ball isn't even on a lane. It's airborne. So-
Yeah, true.
How bowling is meant to be played. Just chuck the ball.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to roll.
There was more, yeah. It's sort of like how I'm kind of surprised that Moonlight Fire is one of the only ice skating ones that I've seen so far. Like a lot of ice and oil.
I am also surprised by that.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that helps stand out. I suppose that's you're the bowling game, or at least one of them, one of the few of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of skateboarding and stuff this jam. I think people are just really leaning into the coolness factor, the cool guy, the cool S. I noticed that
Yeah.
you're a fan of the cool S for sure. So
Yeah, I've
we're
got some
seeing it
cool
again.
lessons there.
Yeah, I feel like we adopted the skater imagery. Like even though our game is definitely not a skating game,
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it adopts that style.
On the topic of the
back for
cool
that.
S, how were you all introduced to the cool S? Because we've all been introduced to the cool S. Do you remember the
remember
first
being
time
taught
that
it-
you saw a cool S hit the tower?
Like in
Yeah.
first grade is when I remember first seeing it. Someone taught me how to do it, and then I'm pretty sure what is first grade? You're like 6 or 7 years old, right?
6,
Um,
7.
Oh my god!
Obliterated.
I just did it.
Obliterated.
Oh my god! Whenever that was, I remember like doing it myself, and then I showed like another classmate, and they were like, that means a bad word," and I'm
Oh.
like, "What?" I don't know what word what word they thought this meant. Like if they, I mean, I can think of some words that begin with S, but
Mhm, mhm.
it was unclear to me what. But I was like, okay, this is one to only pull out like when it's, when I'm feeling really, really edgy.
I
Yeah.
remember exactly what age I was. My first conscious memory of it was in middle school, like 6th grade or so. But I'm sure that I
Okay. Were you told like a playground rumor of what it actually means?
no, it's just a cool S. It was like, you want to know a really cool way to draw an S? Its purest form.
And
Accessible too. Anybody can do it.
yeah, what about you, Rare Dialect? Do you remember the first time you saw a cool S?
It was. I think I invented it.
Oh,
Whoa.
holy shit.
No, I think,
Wait, I heard that too. I remember that.
Yeah, somebody was like, yeah,
So what
Rare Dialect of Fugue Shot fame.
yeah, no one believes me either, which is the hard
So
part.
what does it mean? Does it actually mean a bad word?
No.
Well, I can't really tell you because then
I separate the
it
art
uses
from the
magic.
artist, too.
Kind of
I would
carries more
believe
weight when everyone can ascribe their own meaning to it. I think.
So,
I bet it stands for
oh no, this is
slick.
GitHub.
I bet you planned this all along.
That's so cool.
So, the Cool S has a Wikipedia article, and it's actually called the Cool S. That's so fucking funny. It's been around since the 1980s. Apparently, it's part of Wikipedia culture. So,
No, I was born in '97.
interesting.
There you go.
Interesting.
Thank you for your contribution, David.
The exact origin of the symbol is unclear. Generally considered to be an artifact of child lore, meaning it's taught to children by children or taught by children to children over the course of generations. So, as far as I'm aware, the Cool S has no actual meaning. What I was told, and I believe I was about 6 or 7 years old, because I was also in first grade or something. Somebody told me it meant skater. That's how I heard it.
Skater.
Like,
I don't believe it.
and I distinctly remember somebody drew the S. Somebody knew how to draw the cool S, and they were like, "Yo, check this shit out." So they drew it, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And we were all just like gawking at the cool S, and I was like, "What does it mean?" And they were like, "I don't know." And then somebody
You
else
said it was cool. They're like, wait a minute, say that again. What?
Right. And then another child, I don't remember who, is the one who said, "It means skater." I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense.
Interesting.
I've seen it, but had no
Well,
idea.
I heard it meant STEM and science. So
Wow. Oh,
What?
damn. How cerebral.
yeah,
You must have gone to
sorry.
baby genius school.
Baby Genius University.
Yeah. Yeah. This stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Don't you know?
Don't you know? Yeah, each of those lines is actually one of those pillars, plus an extra to grow on.
Exactly. So I guess it's just been infecting your mind ever since.
I don't mean to jump scare you, Bojack, but looking at this screenshot, look at the combo.
6, 7.
You just
my
realized
goodness.
that it was not intentional.
Yes. It's okay. Every generation is cooked. This
Come
is
on, Colin.
there is no generational cooked or superlative. You're a child. Yeah. So yeah. So Bunk Stunkis took it over the finish line, which is awesome. You just wanted to have a very hateable guy. Yes, I have a great many permutations of my name. The only ones that I don't prefer are Jack, and somebody called me Al, and I was like, I don't like that. But BJ isn't the worst. It's a little bit, I don't take myself that seriously. Dusky, in fact, hopped in here and it keeps calling us boners, which is
There we go.
not the best, but whatever. Who cares? we're all friends here, I suppose. Huh?
I don't mind that. I'll wear that with proud. Or with
Of course. Let's call them friend. Yippee. There's Dusky again. Developer of Facet and faculty. Dusky.
shut up, my fellow boners.
Indeed. I would prefer that probably not be the community name. That'd be unfortunate. But
What's up, Jackers?
uh,
No, I think
No,
that one's
that's
like
much better.
immediately.
I like to go the Bloodborne route.
Bones.
I think of everyone as the good bones. We're all good bones here.
What's up, my good bones?
Aw.
Yippee. Can't wait for a facility next year. True, very true. Okay, so yeah, you said that you how much playtesting did you manage to do this? Did you ship it off to your friends or family or anything?
Just us.
Just
Pretty
us.
much
Yeah, I
just
think
us.
this is only our team. I don't think Yeah, I don't think so. I think just our team.
I had Dan play an early upload the last hour before the original deadline, just to look for stuff, and that was the closest we got.
Okay.
That's still fully internal, so.
And are your friends and family aware of your game development stuff while you're doing it?
That's a really
Yeah.
good question. I don't know if I told my family about this specific jam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here. I think I told my girlfriend.
Yeah, same.
I would imagine that somebody that close would know.
Yeah.
But it's like when I was working like my menial labor jobs, they'd be like, "Yo, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just like crunching really, really hard on this game jam." And then I'd be like, "Do you know what a game jam is?" And they're like, "No." And I explain it to them, so they would know that I'm like really deep in the weeds and stuff, and that's why I keep showing up to work exhausted.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. My mom, for instance, doesn't really know about game jams at all, but she does know that I do game development, and very rarely I'll send her some stuff about it, because she's always like, "Anak, I know that you're busy, but I support you and love you and care for you and everything."
Oh,
Yeah, my mom's great. So I'll be like, "Yeah, working hard, mom, just like always," and then sometimes I'll send her a picture or something of what I'm doing. She doesn't
at
really
this point,
get.
I have told most of my family members about the concept of a game jam, just because the main project I'm working on is an extension of that jam. And so they asked, like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
So they now know, but I don't keep them apprised of the individual ones usually.
Yeah, the dream team of that comprises the Pizza Planet devs for this jam, Poke Ninja Guy and Ripe Mangoes, and I'm blanking on their regular musician's name, but I believe that they all participate in the jams every year. They did Gemini Prime in the 23 jam, and then they did Factory Reset in the 25 jam. But I've heard from them that they actually have their parents playtest the game.
That's cool.
Which is, it's super cool to me, yeah. It's just like, yeah, that's awesome. They're very supportive and everything.
I forget if I've shared this anecdote, but when Blocks for Babies first, like this was after the jam, once it had gone through Dunkey and everything, I showed my dad the jam version, and it like quite literally physically pained him to play the game.
Oh.
I think the act of having to operate a mouse and a keyboard simultaneously,
Oh.
he was recoiling from the keyboard as if it was hot. And then I showed him, he was like, "Is this, can I see the guy playing it?" And so he watched the Dunkey thing, who of course had no trouble at all picking up the controls. He was like, okay, I see. Like, this is a thing
can
that
tell
people
you-
can just do.
That is like one thing that was like a night and day experience for me when I started making mobile games. I don't exclusively make mobile games, but the mobile word game that Bunkus was like mentioning earlier, one thing that was like so cool about it was like I had like grandparents playing it. Like I had like a lot of the audience is like 60 plus years old, and it was like, yeah, because they have iPads and iPhones and stuff, right? And they're familiar with that. They know how to do that. And that was like the coolest thing is like there's a lot of moms playing my game.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's like a magical experience.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, even in those older generations, there's like arcade cabinets and stuff that they must have seen, and maybe hands on at some point in their lives. So a video game is no longer like a foreign concept. You'd have to be really like out of touch to not.
I recently spoke to a former teacher, my 7th grade English teacher, and was catching her up on what I'm doing, and she was like, "I have like literally never played a video game in my entire life once. I'm not even sure I've seen one."
Oh my goodness.
And I said, "Well, like my game is a mix of this other game and then Tetris," and she said, "Like, what is that?"
What is Tetris? And then what is
Yeah,
Tetris?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we are in a very nubile medium, you could say. It's very new, very fresh. So yeah.
Slick.
What is Tetris indeed? Yeah. There was that video of somebody showing his girlfriend video games, and she had apparently never played them before. So he was like recording what the hell what is it called? He was just like taking note about what we take for granted. Like like for instance, the bottom face button or the A button being associated with jumping. That's just a foreign concept for a lot of people. Or like clicking in a stick. Clicking in a stick
Yeah.
is a big one actually.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I was confused by clicking in a stick. Like, what do you mean R3? Where's the third one? So yeah, it's an interesting space to be in. So I remember showing us next The Last of Us, and she was bewildered. The Last of Us is like so normie coded though. It's like very like you're watching a Netflix series kind of thing, right? Like everyone understands like zombie apocalypse. Anyway.
I think people also respond to like very beautiful games. I showed my dad, who, like I said, has very little experience with games. I mean, he like played Myst at one point.
Oh.
A younger adult, but I showed him Inside recently on the Switch, and he was completely captivated by it because it's so compelling. Also, that game has no UI, so it's just a completely immersive experience.
Mm.
So he wasn't playing, but he was watching.
Wait. Also, I looked this up because I tripped up a second. The word nubile does not mean what I thought it did.
I
My
was
bad.
wondering.
My bad. I meant infantile. Or something along those lines. Yeah,
It's a good quick Google search.
yeah, my bad, everyone. that was a bit weird. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So yeah. People respond to stuff that's like very what was it? How do you say it? A nubile industry, indeed.
Next year's BIGMODE Game Jam theme, nubile.
Don't remind me. It's already yeah. So what the fuck was it? Right. So like very cinematic ones, like maybe Red Dead Redemption or the new God of War games and stuff. They're very like you're just kind of watching a TV series. They might understand the violence or a little bit less, like the conventions of like, oh, I need to do a fight, and then we get to the cutscenes and stuff. But I can imagine that would be the case. Anyway, so we're getting a bit away from Rick Slick, but so what is what do you think would change about the game if you had another day or so?
I would just put in different obstacles. That's all I need.
Okay.
There's actually one bug on the very last level.
Oh.
It's a scoring bug on the last level.
Interesting. We shall see.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like
Yeah, I think
yeah, go ahead.
just like more effects, right? Like more effects and more like yeah, I don't know. I think that's just what I would do, is just make it look just even more nuts, right? Just like
the lens distort
yeah.
on the hits would be cool, like in sync with the speed lines. Could have been really cool.
Yeah. I really liked the hand-drawn text there that says like crunchy and dodgy and stuff. I think like if we had more time, I would have loved to do like a full handmade font. Like everything looks just like totally hand-drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Everything like looks like we chose some cool fonts from the developers Checkered Ink, who are cool game maker devs that also make a lot of fonts. And those things are great, but I think like I really liked how like the hand-drawn text turned out. I think that was Bunkus that did those. I think like doing more stuff like that, like making all of the UI, like there's those like circles and there's the rectangle. If we made like all of those look like stylish, like all like drawn or sketchy.
Yeah, lots of little like punch up places, but I mean, I'm really happy with where it is overall too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Speaking of the game fonts and stuff, so NotJam joined our server, and NotJam apparently has a lot of
Really?
Oh, you're aware of them?
I use NotJam's fonts in Blocks for Babies, like very extensively.
Yeah. NotJam is in the server now. Apparently
When?
they're Basic invited him about like a couple months ago, maybe.
Oh, okay, cool. Wow. If
Yeah.
you're watching, I love your work.
I don't know if NotJam has participated in the server much after joining, if at all. But yeah, apparently Megabonk uses a NotJam font, so like, you know, that's a cool thing.
Huge.
So also also before Pigeon, you probably don't want to use that word. I can't think of a single context in which that word is not creepy. Now that I remember what it means. I honestly cannot. If I saw somebody unironically use it, I'd be like, what the hell what are you doing? Yeah, I saw. Yeah, the word that I messed up earlier. So yeah. Let me think. So yeah, you were just very concerned with the juiced up aspect. I think juice is a pretty common, like, I don't want to call it a buzzword because I think it is important. It's just like a thing that everybody's like, it's a hot topic, you know.
It's vague. Also, it's kind of it's a very general term that just kind of means like feels good, looks good.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ways you can kind of make it happen, or like a lot of things you can attribute to being juice, but
Hell
It's
yeah.
also very easy to demonstrate to
yeah,
someone unfamiliar with game development.
Right.
absolutely.
Although somebody unfamiliar with games in general would be, you know, as we were discussing, they would probably be very lost. But
Sure.
Rick Slick's the smoothest guy in town, but a broken heart has him looking to get even smoother. Oh no, there's like a romance subplot going on, maybe, or maybe he's brokenhearted because he didn't achieve something, or maybe he feels like he's down and failing, or like, you know, there's something going on here. Help Rick attain ultimate smooth by walking through a barrage of obstacles and letting each one glance right off. So what is Rick Slick's broken heart? What has him brokenhearted?
I mean, by all means, find out.
Find out. Oh, we're gonna find out. Okay, so it's not just up to interpretation. I'm very curious to see how it goes. Rick is just like me for real. Yeah, I feel that. All right. Okay, now we properly start. Also, I sort of read this as pilk. Like I immediately
Pilk Slilk.
pilk slug. Because it is sort of L. Yeah, that's fine. Rick Slick, the smoothest guy in town, was just rejected by his true love, Lady Marmalade. Oh no. To win her back, he will do anything to become even smoother.
It's like an Adventure Time name.
Now Rick Slick let him hit you, devs. I must let you know. This is somebody who, in order to score with the ladies, is going out and doing bone smashing.
Oh my god. He's looks maxing. He's smooth maxing.
He's looks maxing. I'm gonna go hit my face a bunch of times with a heavy object until
Circular.
until I can mog with the rest of them, you know?
Oh god, what have we done?
Desperate to win her affection, he sets his sight on King Smooth and his rumored smooth juice. But the king's disciples will not stand idly by. What the hell does that mean? What does any of this mean? King Smooth and his rumored smooth juice. Walk me through this one. What's going on
It's just
here?
a rumor. I can only say what I've heard.
Okay. But the king's disciples will not stand idly by. The world hurls bowling balls at Rick, for they hate him and his smooth moves. But Rick chooses to walk right into their attacks to show how smooth he is. Clav mogged by Asu frat leader type sentence. Oh no. I don't even know what half that shit means. And I'm already brain rotten.
Slicular.
Yeah, I know about the first part, but steer Rick into obstacles with A and D and then press space or left click at the right time to let them glance off of you. Okay, so I have to veer into danger and then I have to click or space to properly mog the incoming objects.
Yeah, to glance mog.
Okay.
Nice.
Unnatural.
Oh. I mean, my sense of rhythm is pretty good. I'm not like a drummer or anything, but you know. So, what was the juicing up process for this?
I mean, a lot of it had to do with the PPFX library that Noah was mentioning, and the effects that we used. We applied like a zoom to. Whoa, he got like hurt there. Did you see that?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that was
clicked.
a misfire.
I just
Oh, I see.
And
I just-
triple S.
yippee.
Very nice.
Oh, like
A lot of the effects are like movement effects, like zoom. Like if you go to the next level, you can kind of see.
Okay.
Like there's a zoom that kind of goes along with the like beat, and then there's a rotation that goes along with when the character goes side to side. And that kind of helps with the feeling of movement. And then there's like some particle effects surrounding like the buttons or the prompts when you hit them correctly and negatively. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, Hang, what does this whole thing with non-shooter games have WASD and mouse as controls? Well, you see, Cyberwitch. W and S actually don't do anything in this one. This is an AD click game.
cool. No, the actual story there is that I instinctively just do WASD and arrow keys whenever I'm making a game. So you can do both. And then it was originally just space, but the spacebar timing is just like a little squishier to hit. And for some of the tighter notes that I added left clicking as an option too, which just ended up with FPS controls kind of by accident.
The game has sort of tank controls and a fixed camera. I don't know about that one, Mike, but yeah. Actually, I sort of get, I mean, like, you know, how ergonomically minded I am. I sort of understand the click and WASD thing because your hand is already kind of in that position normally. Like when you're browsing.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, no diss taken from that. I've been seeing that discussed in other games too.
Yeah. I play multiple just regular 2D platforms that have only SPS controls. Yeah, it depends because, you know, clicking is like a very like strong input in this jam I've never seen before.
I personally am now like more dexterous on like WASD than I am with my right hand on arrow keys. So
yeah, I kind of hate having to take my hand off the mouse to do the arrow keys. So I have seen a lot of arrow key games this jam that don't have WASD, and I'm just like, what? Why? Anyway, so if anybody's just joining us, we are developers for the BIGMODE 2026 Game Jam. We had 10 days to make a game with the theme of Slick. I'm Bonejack, the developer of Moonlight Fire, here joined by the Rick Slick Let Him Hitch It devs, Bunk Stunkis, Terry, and Rare Dialect. Although drockery has unfortunately had to bail early. So let's see. Rick drinks the smooth juice from King Smooth, parentheses, not pictured here because he unfortunately died due to complications unrelated. That is very unfortunate timing. So am I right in presuming that the Rick Slick model was your doing, Bunk Stunkis?
yeah, I did all the 3D art, and what little 2D art there also was to do.
Right. You have a very distinct.
The 3D art was the haul.
You have a very distinct style for the 3D. So
yeah, my favorite thing is game not ready models that are pre-rendered.
I see. Well, I mean, these were pre-rendered, right? So you just it's just a PNG. It's okay. It's not.
I love
3D ready.
fake 3D. I love like pre-rendered 3D and like any way where you can do 3D effects but not actually in a 3D method or like engine. I think is so fun.
Rick now aims heads for the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying they look great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fully a typo. Haven't noticed that before. Very good.
Rick now aims heads for the bowling alley, or no, bowling ball polisher at the old bowling alley, where the local bowlers despise him for being smoother than the lanes. Well,
there you go.
now that Rick has properly bone smashed, now it's time to go ball polishing. He's just doing it all. Yeah, this is a lot of juice. I like this. How good are the devs at this game?
Lit.
I get 100% the game.
Hell
Yeah, I've gotten 100%.
I need to give it another try. I feel like when I played the last version of that, I was not doing very good. I mean, I was doing well when I was like making the beat algorithm myself, but then I don't know. Maybe I was getting distracted by every new addition that was added.
Some of the patterns later are devious, but they're good.
I am mostly looking at the circles.
Yeah, I think that's
Frick yeah. Yippee.
nice.
Slick.
So good.
Let's see how he's evolved. Oh, he's become one with the bowling pin. The bowling ball polisher
Dangerously
waxes
slick.
and varnishes Rick into his smoothest form yet. He's becoming so aerodynamic.
Nothing can stick. If you thought it could stick before, oh, just wait.
Yeah, so you did you discuss his evolution as he attempts to become the ultimate Mog champ?
Yes, and as you finish out, I will send you a development photo of a whiteboard where I mapped out each of his evolutions on the first day,
Nice, nice, nice.
but only once you finished.
Yeah.
So it's not this.
How much bullshitting were you all doing? How much in the silly zone were you all?
I think we were silly maxing for sure.
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
Definitely.
We were funny bone smashing, no doubt.
hell yeah. Yeah, there's a phenomenon that I really like when I'm doing something stupid. Because you're familiar with my repertoire at least, Bunkus, but I made 3 very serious projects and then followed by Brawl Game, Brain Rot Sim, and the Door Holding Game. I don't know if you've played these. I don't recall.
What about Milk Cow?
Jonathan's Milk Hill unfortunately does not run well enough in browser, but that is a great example of me being silly. So did you ever come to a point where you're just like working on something and then you're just like giggling to yourself, just like, what the hell am I doing?
I mean, I think when you see, I think like the bowling pin Rick in game, I
Yeah,
find very silly.
yeah.
Also, I don't like writing the story itself and like the tone of voice
Yeah.
that I used. I realized only afterwards the tone I was going for in my head was almost like biblical. I was almost like writing a
Oh.
Bible passage about Rick Slick. I realized.
Except you're doing 1812 Overture, which is I guess not quite the vibe. I can sort of see that there is gravitas behind it, I suppose.
The actual like 1812 Overture thing is, I almost lifted that directly from Don Hertzfeld's Rejected, where the interludes in that cartoon, which is obviously a brilliant cartoon, the interludes are hard crash cuts to like robust gravitas classical music setting as title cards. So I was going for that 1-to-1 basically.
I think 1812 Overture, especially for its time, is kind of like I don't know, it's like dubstep or some shit. It's just extremely loud and boisterous and like kind of deranged because you have like they literally fired cannons off during it. So it's like, yeah, they were doing everything. So it's just like,
I lost a lot of audience members during that.
Oh yeah, of course. I'd love to join an unhealthily obsessed religion around Rick Slick. Yeah. Sure, top tier. if you say so. Just in the crowd, Rick Slick is or not. Rick Slick's on stage and top tier is just like going fucking insane and in the crowd. Rick heeds the siren call of the old quarry and her industrial rock tumbler, where the miners hate him for, you guessed it, being too smooth.
Now that I think about it, the Don Hertzfeld Rejected really did come through with the structure, like the text jumping back and forth between the text and the main thing, and like also that little grainy effect we have on the text.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm glad.
Yeah. That's so
So Jack, you locked it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
He sort of scared me with having to switch sides, but
Yeah, that's the hardest one in the game, I think.
I'm wise to your tricks now, because I'm Rick Slick. Move this guy around. Oh shit, never mind.
So one other thing I could shout out, because Dan's not here, is that a big part of the sound design of Juice is that Dan also gave me a set of sound effects to play when you hit. And all of those are matched to the key of the song. So no matter what you do and when you hit it, it still sounds good with the song.
Awesome. I mean, that's how you do it.
Yeah. So every song was not only making a cool arrangement, but also making a bevy of sound effects to send me for each song as well.
Yeah. The lick. The sound design is so hot. Is this bowling oast? I guess so. Bowls too. Very good, very good. Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. The industrial rock tumbler buffs out Drake's most imperceptible irregularities. Nice. He's a ball.
He's so slick.
Rick can think of only only place left to go.
Shit.
The large JSON collider. I like that, I like that. Where his very molecules may be sanded down to perfection. But here he will be hunted, for his slickness is an affront to science and the natural order. Damn. Well, if this is biblical, then I think he's about to get smitten, turned into a pillar of salt or something. I think he's flying too close to the sun. I think his wax and wings are catching flame right now. All right, let's see it. Oh no, my slickness. I need to go.
It does get pretty hard at the end, the last couple levels.
I think I'm clicking an extra time. There we go.
Nice. Oh, we're so back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're slick. Yippee. Anyway, the verse I was featuring Pulp Fiction. Yeah. Oh, just smooth. Dang. Nah, we can't leave it there. We can't leave it there. Except I clicked, so it did leave it there.
Did leave it there.
Rick's very particles are blasted to subatomic smoothness within the large JSON collider. But Lady Marmalade cannot bear to look upon Rick's new form. Indeed, he's so smooth that not even her eyes can rest upon him. Damn. Yeah, you be careful what you wish for. You might just get it.
It's a tragedy wrapped in a comedy.
Turn back, Rick, she says. Turn back to the Rick I loved. Rick. I mean, I don't know, it kind of sounds like you missed your chance, actually. It sounds like you rejected him, actually. I mean, I don't know, I guess there was like a transitional period in there where she kind of just like, oh, actually, yeah, I'm into Rick right now. And then he went to the large JSON collider and then became like an Akira monster or something. Let him hit ya. Oh. Oh god, what's happening? The camera shake. I can't tell if I'm doing well. Am I reverting? Oh man. Turns back into a guy. The camera shake is so severe. I guess this is the cost of reverting your mistakes. Dodgy. What happened?
So this is the bug.
Oh, okay.
That's the let him hit you level where you're supposed to just let him hit you as you did, and they revert you back. But at the last minute, I like one line of code was wrong or something. So it actually is giving you points. It's supposed to give you points when you let them hit you, and instead it gives you points when you completely dodge them. So I've had people just like not touch anything the whole level. And so yeah, it's exactly that. It's the opposite feedback you're supposed to get.
That's so much more pleasant.
I think at the end of the level it will still. I think at the end of the level it will still count the hits and misses correctly, but during the level it's wrong. This is really fun when it makes you because like the orchestra hit when you get hit is a much more like pleasing hit sound than the normal hit sound is.
Yeah.
And it like makes you feel like you're part of the track.
Am I doing this correctly?
I mean, no. You're supposed to be getting hit.
I'm supposed to be getting hit. Okay.
That is the titular language.
I'm so happy this song made it to the game with all of our voices.
Yeah, so I had this idea for a song, and I ran it by Dan. He liked it, and then all three of us just contributed our own vocal voice notes to it.
Nice. What was everyone's voice line?
We all just said,
Same
"Rick
one.
Slick, let him hit ya!"
That's awesome. I'm doing it again. This is almost like a kind of like boy band adjacent.
So, yeah, there's one more song I think in here. That's like Dan originally turned in a slightly different version that like wasn't the vibe for this album, but was still a huge banger. My thought was like Beastie Boys style, or like the actual Slick Rick rap. Wow, you actually might get every hit.
Almost. I guess I haven't listened to a lot of Beastie Boys, but yeah, I guess from the one that I'm aware of, I can hear it. I guess that's a similar era, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another fun thing about that level is that in order to make it so that people would get hit, so that was how you're supposed to do.
Yippee.
I just like cranked down the allowed window for hits.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have noticed in the first time you actually were hitting some of them, but you have like a 1 or 2 frame window instead of the normal window, which is like considerably larger.
Oh.
So people should just get
Nice. Well, that works. Alright, let's see it. And so, Rick was only mostly slick once again, but the world smiled with him. Oh yeah, that's a lot more, yeah. Hell yeah. Is this soundtrack available anywhere?
it is. If you go to the Rick Slick page, in fact, if you scroll down, you can see it linked right there. That's Dan's Bandcamp.
SoundCloud.
Or SoundCloud. Oopsie.
It's fine. Here you go. That's for everyone. Put that in your ears. Thanks for playing. Final score 227,800. A game by Noah Ritz, David Carva, Terry DuBois, and Dan Rock. Music by Dan Rock. Awesome. So let me just turn this down a little bit as much as I'm enjoying it. Rick. So how would you guys say this stacked up? Like did this experience fare compared to your past game jams for those who are returning?
I would say for me being the first time I've worked in a team, super fun. It obviously brings its own challenges of coordination, but there's so much in this game that wouldn't be there if we hadn't worked together. And it was really nice to just like hand it off to someone and get back a full finished piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
dude,
can
this
compare
is-
it to other jams I've done. Oh, sorry, Rare Dialect. You said
No, go ahead.
I can only compare it to other jams I've done. This is the first time I've done the Big Mode jam.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think like it was really good. I think that also for me it was like kind of new to split up the programming as we did. Like I think I am used to like in a jam that being like my role. But it was like nice to like kind of divvy that out because I was like I know I don't have enough time to commit to this jam where I can like take that whole responsibility. So I feel like there was a little more like delegation of tasks, and all the co-working sessions we had were really fun. So yeah, no, I think it turned out pretty well. I think like I did not know how short this jam was going to be. I think in my head I thought it was going to be like 2 or 3 weeks, and so like when we started, it was like, oh shoot, we have like just a little bit over a week.
I also thought that, and I think I might have led you astray because I was also wrong about it. I don't know why I thought we had at least another week before it started.
Well,
Yeah, it was tight, but so I was like thinking like, okay, maybe this is tighter than we thought it was going to be, and like it's going to be just like a tiny jam, which is like totally fine. Like I think it's you know, a game jam is a totally fine space to submit something you've worked on for like 2 hours or something, right? Just a tiny prototype, but it was fun to like make it a full like project with like a little gameplay sequence and progression and stuff. Yeah, so I think that came from coordination.
Yeah, and the collaboration was also like pretty easy and novel. If that had been a nightmare, I don't know how I would have done it. But like thankfully, just setting it up on GitHub, passing the entire code base back and forth on GitHub, was easy to set up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was also my first like team coding project. So yeah, it went really smooth. I mean, the majority of like the actual coding stuff was Noah and Terry, but like the state that I got it in, it was super like easy to kind of see what was going on in the project. And,
yeah.
I'm happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, and compared to my past jam entries, which were both endless games where you play until you get bored or break it or reach a clear, there's nothing left to see. It was really fun to make a game that takes, 6 to 10 minutes to play and calls itself finished. I think that's a really fun skill to work on.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Blocks for Babies was definitely pretty maximalist compared to these last 2 entries, but I appreciate that this one it wraps up. It has like a nice little story,
Yeah.
and a banger soundtrack. It's always cool.
Shout out Dan drockery.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's always cool when people use like human voices in their jam projects. It's sort of novel, even though it's so simple now. Like it's not like you have to have a recording studio. Like you can just bullshit and it still works.
Yeah, one of my favorite uses of that in this jam. There's a game, I think it's called like Useless Vending Machine or Useless Vending Machine Simulator, and all the sound effects are just the developer's mouth.
Hell yeah.
Going, it's really fun.
Yeah. So you get cool stuff like this where it's just like, this could have been I mean, I don't really know. I can't say for certain, but I could see this on the radio in the 90s maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, when he turned in this version, I was like, this is like a weirdly emo rock or like Midwest emo intro for this that I wasn't envisioning, but it banged so hard. So then it had a nice emotional climax to it that was perfect for the credits.
Yeah, it's really cool. Although Lady Marmalade, I believe her name is, just not depicted whatsoever. She's just kind of there as like like you revert back and it's just like, okay, well I guess I'm just Rick Slick now still. I'm no longer Rick the particle shaven ultra mug lord. Like
Same as he ever was.
yeah, same as he ever was. Back to Rick Slick, who got rejected by Lady Marmalade.
Yeah, but now I think they all learned a lesson here. She learned that the Rick she always wanted was in front of her the whole time.
Did she?
Do we have any like concept art for King Smooth or Lady Marmalade? Like, do
Absolutely
we know what they
not.
Absolutely not.
look like? That's up to the fans to.
Alright, yeah,
to
good
decide.
animals. How about this? Suggest to us a mood board of what those people would have looked like had you made concept art for them.
Oh, speaking of concept art, I sent you the whiteboard of what Rick's design looked like from day one.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The names Lady Marmalade and King Smooth give me such Adventure Time energy. So I have to imagine they're like some weird blobby shape or some colorful round characters.
King Smooth has always been in my head a complete MacGuffin, and which is why I had such delight writing him out in such a hacky way.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite joke in the game.
Yeah, that's
Who
awesome.
died due to unrelated complications.
Yeah. He left as quickly as he arrived.
But what an impact he left on our hearts.
Yeah, for sure. We're all awaiting his return in another life. But yeah, you've I like that you gave this one like a, I don't know what to call it, like a 90s alien mascot smirk.
He's got like a DreamWorks smirk for sure.
Yeah, and then this is like one of those squeezy toys. I don't really.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Stress toys.
I've never actually seen one in person. I just am like vaguely aware of their existence.
I will say it's a genuine miracle that I was able to finish the last 3 in time. I started working on those at 4 or 5 p.m. for a 9 p.m. deadline.
Wow.
And that's like modeling, texturing, rendering, posing, animating them, like getting the animations in, like all of that. And then, of course, the like quality and animation necessary for each of them goes drastically down. There's a single bone from the egg-shaped one.
And the egg-shaped one. Okay.
Yeah, like the egg-shaped one only had a single bone when I was animating it.
What did the bone control?
Just his rotation.
Oh, okay. You couldn't have just rotated it?
I already had the bone. Actually, at that point, like the bone was the base bone of a different armature or of like a different model. So like I was able to reuse some of the animations at the same time.
Okay.
But I was flying.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, funny story. So, the boss in my game, Moonlight Fire, is bugged, so you can't actually access the way that the game is supposed to end in the jam version. But I did put that boss in like the last 6 hours.
Sick.
Like basically.
It was a really cool surprise.
Yeah. Oh, you actually got there. Hell yeah.
I assume that's what you're talking about. It's the boss that comes in 8 heat.
Yeah, 8 heat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started just like.
You
good?
Oh, sorry. No, you go.
You good?
Oh, okay. I have to confess, I messaged Pigeon Guy earlier today to be like, how do I play this game?
Oh.
Which is just because I was having so much trouble figuring it out. But
Yeah,
Pigeon Guy was really helpful. And then once I figured it out, I was like, oh yeah, this is good.
Hell yeah.
And I got to the boss.
Yeah, I'm glad that you appreciated it. Tips and tricks with Pigeon Guy. Hell yeah. All right. So thanks for joining me. Do you have any other funny stories, like interactions you may have had, funny coding habits that you had, buried comments in your code, just anything that we wouldn't know unless you told us?
There's got to be something. I mean, we said our like funny function names, like ba-da-dum, ba-dum-bum.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that, damn.
Did you spaghetti anything together?
Yeah, at the last second. Specifically, the like getting hit in the last world and that being good. Is
Yeah.
a little spaghetti. It just checks like, is this the last room? Okay, if you've gotten hit 20 times, revert Rick back to this form, then that form.
Okay.
Pretty
Yeah.
spaghetti.
Was there any like last art that was from the Game Maker sprite editor that made it in?
Oh yeah, all of the backgrounds were drawn.
Okay, that's all still Game Maker's
The like
there.
super like MS Paint style
Yes.
of all of those.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
That
good.
was done.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should compile all the Rick Slicks at this jam, and then make them
I think
fight
I'm
or
the only
something.
Right.
Rick Slick, but there's many Slick Ricks.
That could be the case.
Yeah, the name change. Our name was originally Slick Rick, like same name but just with Slick Rick. And then I think the last day I was like, let's flip it so it's like, it's because now it's completely unique, right? And I'm sure no one else thought of switching those words around to make them Rick Slick.
A stroke of genius.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of Rick Slick adjacent ones. There is a Rick Slick actually. In the title, there's only 3 Slick Ricks. Well, we just played Slick Tricks, which features a Slick Rick.
Right.
There's Rat Slick Rick, yeah, and Automobile Slick Rick, yeah. I haven't played the latter one from that.
There is room for all of these Slick Ricks in this world, but I'd
Yeah.
say none of them are
There's-
quite as slick as Rick Slick, just scientifically speaking.
There's also Slick Nick 12 from a Slick game by Slick Nick 12, the ARG at this jam. Played that one. That was interesting.
No, I haven't played that one. Shit, that sounds like a pot. Oh god, they're coming for the throne.
The only one who's in the character pool though get wrecked. Ah, yeah.
The walls are closing in.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, if you have no more to speak, then you could do some shoutouts if you like.
Well, do you guys have any shoutouts? I have some.
Well, certainly
completely
to our
unrelated
musician
ones.
who is not here at the moment. He was here earlier.
Yeah.
The music done by Dan was amazing.
Yeah.
Major shout out, Dan. Good music done at an incredibly tight timeline.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout out Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, where Rare Dialect and I happened to run into each other after making the jam, which is really funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 3 days
Legit.
ago, we just ran into each other at like the tiniest little movie theater screen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but what a banger of a movie if you have the
it's
chance
incredible.
to see it.
That sounds awesome.
Exclusively watching the show instead.
Yeah, it
And
was
I've never seen the show, so I still loved it.
it was
You
cool.
gotta
It was
watch.
cool knowing that you two just sort of run into each other at places.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
great,
been really
too.
fun.
We all went to a meetup like a week ago, the 3 of us.
We toasted to Rick Slick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's great. Yeah, we got to meet like one of the official folks from Game Maker like a few months back, and that was like the coolest thing.
That was really fun.
Yeah, he and I are gonna help host at the Game Developers Conference a little Game Maker meetup. Just like, so if anyone is coming to the Game Developers Conference, there'll be a meetup that you don't need a pass for, just on the lawn there to meet other Game Maker people.
Specifically Game Maker, yeah.
I mean, all are welcome.
Okay,
That's
okay.
the purpose.
Thing if only it wasn't an ocean away. Yeah, for sure. I keep asking Barticus if he wants to meet up, and he just calls me a twerp and shakes his head. Damn. Yeah, not
Dan
everyone.
shoves me in the locker every time we hang out.
That makes sense. Does that mean you have to always meet up at a place that has a locker?
Yeah, we meet up at, well, it sounds a little weirder if I'm like, we only meet up at gym locker rooms and school hallways.
Yeah. It's just like at that point, I think you're just walking into the trap, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I come.
GDC now, GDC supplies lockers for shoving other folks in.
Right.
Yeah, that's a
part of
nice
the
service they
pass.
provide.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
like, hey, you want to meet me up at the bubble tea place? And it's like, sure. You show up there, there's just a school locker standing alone in the middle of the room.
A single spotlight from above.
Yeah. It's like, all right, here we go again.
Man.
Bro.
Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't mean to traumatize our
So
actual
cool.
locker users.
I guess one last thing. So yeah, how has the community aspect has been for you in this jam? Have you been going out, rating, commenting, playing a bunch of games, talking with devs?
I've been having a fun time. I have been playing a lot. I've been spending less time in the BIGMODE server itself this time. And actually this year I've been doing a lot more random scrolling for jam games, which
Yeah.
has been really fun.
Yeah, I love just like that's such a cool thing about these jams, like especially ones that get quite a few entries, is like just being able to pick one at random and give it a shot. Like it really just makes me feel like I'm 10 years old opening up addictinggames.com on a Friday and just seeing like 20 new games thrown at me, and I'm like just have this buffet of weird quirky games. Yeah.
So true. Yeah. Yeah, I
That's
spent
awesome.
a couple hours last week, like going through some and playing and rating them. But I definitely plan in the next like day or two to continue that. But yeah, I haven't been as active this year as I was last year in the server.
Yeah. I sort of saw you. I was actually like shortly after jam concluded, and like in the middle of the week, I was just like, "Where's David?" I was like, "Where did that guy go?" I was only like loosely aware that you were doing the jam with AttaBoy here.
Yeah. No, we've been like brutally busy with Uke Shot, which I'm sure Terry and Noah are also
Yeah, that's
really
awesome
busy
though.
with projects and jobs and whatnot. But yeah, it's hard to make work this year, so I'm glad I got at least to contribute a few hours to it.
Yeah.
This year especially, feeling full of the main project a lot more. So I'm really happy I've been able to play the games. I still have to play more, but seeing people who are going through it see, I have huge admiration for those people and what they're able to do. Because I mean that's why the jam is so good, right? That's why people keep coming back, is because there is that feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool. Right. Well, I suppose that does it. Yeah. Glad to have you with us, Terry. Welcome to the Boneyard.
Thank
And,
you. Thank you.
I'm sure AttaBoy and David here have clued you in that we're pretty friendly here, so don't be a stranger. We're pretty cool.
Oh, I appreciate it. I feel very warmly welcomed.
Hell yeah! And if you if not here, then I hope to see you in the jam space out there. Maybe next year.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll be back.
Thank you so much, Jack.
Hell yeah! All right.
Thank you.
Well, yeah. Thank you for joining us, and I'll catch you guys later.
Sweet. Thanks.
Thanks.
Take care, y'all.
Bye bye.
Mm.